Hello everyone, this is my reaction to yesterday's ISC design brief, Cargo Carrier 2. Right at the start of the video we can see a Titan loaded with 1 SU crates, and this is CRJ's main problem. Never think in advance, never think things through. Titan is a cargo ship where not for much cargo, but she is a cargo ship and you are supposed to load via this very steep ramp. In real life, you would have trouble walking up there. Most cargo ships in Star Citizen are not built with the idea of loading, unloading in mind.
Dealing with pirates, hiring people to defend yourself from pirates.
Of course, hiring escorts is a very nice idea and could work in theory. In practice, this is not how people are playing the game. This is just another typical CRJ mistake, imagining that this would work so well. Unfortunately, this is not how most people are playing the game. Finding a turret gunner for events like Xenothreat, yes, this works. Finding a turret gunner who wants to sit in the turret of your cargo ship on boring trade runs, nope. Finding someone who wants to play as a box-moving monkey in a vulture or a claimer, not really, unless it's paid very well. Finding someone who wants to escort your cargo ship on boring trade runs, good luck with this. And for those who are saying, just join an org, sure, I join an org and everyone wants to protect my cargo ships on boring trade runs all day long, right?
With these new changes with the freight platform and the cargo grid and inventory container boxes and needing to move things manually with the tractor beam, it is going to add a certain amount of friction into that whole experience.
Oh yes, this adds a certain amount of friction, aka tedious boredom, to Star Citizen, as if Star Citizen wouldn't have enough senseless time sinks already. I like the idea to move a few things myself if I want to, but 900 years into the future we should have more than a magical handheld tractor beam where we can move 1 SCU crates exceeding masses of 10 tons without any effort. How about machines? How about NPCs helping us? This would be like owning a container ship and filling it 1 box at a time, 1 pallet at a time. Even Chris said this 6.5 years ago.
Like if I have a big container ship and I pull into the port of LA here at Long Beach, there's a whole setup. There's longshoremen, big cranes, and there's service, and the crew of the container ship don't actually unload the containers themselves. There's equipment that does it, and there's people that are paid to do that. And I would say that in general, in sort of the bigger sort of spaceports, you would have that same kind of setup.
Of course, in the 11, CRJ still has no idea how machines are supposed to work. Cargo elevators won't load your ship.
Actually got a pretty comprehensive design right now. We've actually got a pretty comprehensive design right now.
Midterm, there'll be freight elevators to load these onto your ships.
The focus of NAPU in the foreseeable future is going to include features such as freight elevators and instance hangars, as well as persistent hangars. Freight elevators are one of the biggest changes to cargo that we've seen in the entire history of the game. They bring the feature from being something that's somewhat magical to something that's physical. It adds friction, but also a gameplay experience around hauling cargo in our game.
Again, I have to ask, are you so detached from the gaming world? I'm pretty much sure many of you are playing other games too. This adds friction, boredom, and more tedious time sinks. Where are the machines? Where are NPCs loading our ships? Even Chris said this 6.5 years ago, there will be services. We are now in the 11 and CRJ still has nothing else than a handheld tractor beam where we were moving cargo exceeding 10 tons without any effort, and we have to move 1 box at a time. 10 out of 10, Chris.
The benefit of manual loading is really that you get to choose how you organize your cargo and how you get to load it on your ship.
Sure, we all want to play Space Tetris or Amazon Warehouse Employee. The benefit of having to move everything by yourself is, CRG, you have nothing else in year 11. You still haven't done any work on machines or NPCs that are loading, unloading our ships yet. That's your benefit.
Don't piss down my back and tell me it's raining.
We are going to have missions in the game that latch on to this. So for example, you'll be able to take a mission where a corporation like Crusader will ask you to haul their cargo for them. And this is an opportunity for players to engage with this kind of gameplay of hauling and manual loading.
I like the idea of cargo missions very much. Actually, this is how cargo works in real life most of the time. The owner of the container ship doesn't own the cargo. You are paying a fee and your cargo gets transported. But again, manually loading, I am looking so forward to put 696 1SU crates one by one onto my Hercules C2. Each is wasting 50% of the space.
While still allowing them to have this kind of fun, manual loading, kind of packing experience.
Don't piss down my back and tell me it's raining.
We are still going to have a certain amount of automated loading in the game. It just won't be instantaneous. You'll have to use a service. It'll cost a little bit more. It'll take time. You won't have access to your ship while it's being loaded.
Of course, Star Citizen is not finished. It's an alpha and many things will change in many, many years to come. Still, for year 11, this is terrible gameplay.
Another big thing that we're working on is unique item recovery. This is something that the fans have been asking for a long time.
Correction, this is something you are promising us for a long time. One big problem with subscriber gear is you lose those items when you die, and usually you cannot loot your body. Your body might just disappear. Your body might glitch into a planet or moon. You might get a 30k, or your body might get looted by someone else. We had lost items before, but this was removed by CRG in April 2023. From 2021 to 2023 we had, fear not, even if your body is looted or you otherwise lose your items through death, all your subscriber flare items and similar items acquired on the Pledge store can be easily recovered. Just do an account reset. Yeah, this doesn't work anymore. We don't have account resets anymore. It's important to note that this is only a temporary solution to get you those items back quickly. We are exploring a number of alternative recovery options, which we plan to implement later on down the line.
Tell me, tell me, tell me lies. Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies. Tell me lies, tell me lies.
Translation, we haven't done any work on this yet. And then it changed in March 2023. Items lost via non-gameplay mechanics can only be recovered by performing a character repair. A character repair won't give you your items back you lose when you die. Other means for recovering lost flare or pledge items are currently in planning. Translation, we still haven't done any work on this yet. Why can't we just claim our subscriber gear items like we can claim our ships? This would be a very quick and very easy solution, but this is CRG, so we won't have any solution for many, many years to come.
One of the ideas that we have running right now is that you would have a lost and found within your hab. So if you're playing, your mission crashes, you lose your progress, but you can go back to your hab, restart that mission, grab that item and continue on where you left off. And we're really hoping to apply this to subscriber items and other unique items as well.
In year 11, CRG has nothing else than a magical handheld tractor beam where we can move cargo one crate at a time, no matter the mass. Where are the services Chris talked about 6.5 years ago? If you ask me, CRG could just hide the whole process. You have to fly into a special cargo hangar. You have to leave the hangar because it can be dangerous with all those machines working. Of course, there are no machines. Cargo is just teleporting on and off your ship, but it's outside your view, so it's perfectly fine in my book. There will be a timer. You come back and your ship is loaded, unloaded. This would fix so many problems. This was my reaction to yesterday's ISC. Let me know what you think in the comments below and see you next time. Bye. Auf Wiedersehen. Now I'm trying to eat a sandwich. Eat. He injected the sandwich. He injected it. He used it like a syringe. Hey, you're still here. You might want to join me on Twitter. My Twitter account is Camural_SC.